Welcome to Mobile Legends!
Ixia received a number of adjustments in the latest patch, and they can overall be considered buffs to her. The first thing is her passive's enhanced basic attack, 𝗟𝗔𝗨𝗡𝗖𝗛, now applies a slow effect, and this was taken away from her previous skill 1. It also heals her for slightly more now when activating it on non-hero enemies, as the developers wanted her to have better sustainability. The second thing is that they've greatly lowered the cooldown of her ult, so we can cast it more often. In exchange, they've slightly lowered Ixia's basic attack range to compensate for these improvements. So overall, her damage remains the same as before, but we have slightly better sustain and lower ult downtime. So are these changes enough to make Ixia good, especially in solo queue? Well, let's find out.
This is a stick-up!
Ixia's passive is mainly to do with her enhanced basic attack, 𝗟𝗔𝗨𝗡𝗖𝗛. To activate this, we have to first attack the same target 2 times in a short period, whether through skills or basic attacks. After that, our next basic attack on the same target will be enhanced, dealing AoE damage, applying slow on the target, and healing us. Activating this often is crucial to Ixia's sustain, and is something that makes Ixia a strong 1v1 laner in the early game against most marksmen. 2 other important things to note is that the enhanced basic attack is unable to trigger crits, and she cannot trigger lifesteal effects from her basic attacks. This means that building crit isn't great on Ixia, and that we're reliant on triggering the passive for self-healing. For our item build, I'm going for only tier 1 boots, as I'm getting 𝗟𝗟𝗧𝗏 later on. 𝗟𝗟𝗧𝗏 gives us 15 move speed, so together with tier 1 boots, we can have 35 move speed, which is almost equal to the 40 we can get from tier 2 boots. 𝗟𝗟𝗧𝗏 has decent synergy with Ixia, as the execute passive can help us finish off enemies, especially during our ult. It's pretty good when there are at least 2 tanky enemies on the enemy team. And there's 𝗟𝗡 and 𝗏𝗡𝗡 in this match that are pretty tanky.
Even the brightest minds of erudition will have to recognize my ingenuity. Initiate retreat! The enemy has slain the turret. First blood!
One thing that many players may not know is that we can actually gain up to 35% damage reduction while we're near our gold lane turret during the first 5 minutes of the game. But it's only 35% if the gold plating is still there. If the enemy manages to remove all the gold plating, this damage reduction is dropped down to 15% instead. This is why I stayed near my turret when 1-1 outed me, so I can gain the damage reduction bonus and survive.
I don't play by the rules!
For our first item, we are building Corrosion Scythe to improve our attack speed and also for its slow effect. Attack speed is important so that we can trigger 𝗟𝗔𝗨𝗡𝗖𝗛 more frequently, especially during our ult mode. And the slow effect helps to keep enemies within range of our ult, so we can continue raining our bullets on them.
Attack! Initiate enemy missing. It feels good to be back. Attack! Don't worry. Attack! My first breakout. Oh, correct. Even the smallest speck of sand can become a sandstone.
Ixia's biggest weakness is her extreme lack of mobility. She has no dash skills, so she's completely predictable unless she has flicker. And when flicker is on cooldown, we're really easy to catch. Therefore, good positioning is crucial when playing Ixia. This is even more important when we're playing solo queue and don't know if our teammates will protect us. Our next item is Halberd, which has high physical attack and more attack speed. The anti-heal passive is also great in this game since almost all the enemies have great sustainability. We're also not going to be building any items with HP stats, so we're guaranteed to be able to use the second passive for extra 8% damage against most of the enemy lineup, with the exception of 1-1.
I'm coming for you. Here comes the fireworks. An enemy has been slain. Shut down. Ult is not ready. Request backup. Initiate retreat.
Looks like most of the enemies are at or are heading to bottom lane. I'm not too interested in participating in this fight since our Flicker and Out are both on cooldown. So let's take the opportunity to farm and see if we can push top lane.
The name's Ixia. Remember. Not ready. Even the smallest speck of sand becomes a sandstorm. Request backup. Our turret has been destroyed. Initiate retreat. Retreat from the portal! I'll play by the rules! Killing spree! Battlefield ally has been... The enemy has slain the turret. You have slain an enemy. Initiate.
Our team is still quite behind in gold compared to the enemy team, and that's due to the poor early game we had in comparison to the enemy. But Ixia is pretty good playing from behind, so I'm not really too worried at this point. We just have to focus and keep farming up so we can deal the damage later on. The main problem we're going to have is that the enemies seem to be pretty smart, and looks like they're targeting us quite a bit. And you're going to see more of this as the game drags on.
Mayhem is a great source of inspiration. Attack! Here comes the fireworks. I'm coming for you. An enemy has been slain. Let's get back to the saddle. The name's Ixia. Remember. Even the brightest minds of 𝗟𝗔𝗨𝗡𝗖𝗛 have to recognize my ingenuity. Does this come with instructions?
Retreat from the Lord!
Enemy has slain Lord. Initiate retreat or attack.
Next, we're going with Rose Gold Meteor that offers a mix of offensive and defensive utility. It grants us a shield whenever we drop below 30% HP, and this can save us when we're about to receive fatal damage. This is especially helpful when we're dived by Kagura, since the Wind of Nature item that we'll be getting later on doesn't help with magic damage.
Turret is under attack. Field test my latest invention. Slain an enemy. Take a dirt nap. Our turret is under attack.
Oh, by the way, we can cast skill 1 and 2 during our out form, which extends the range of the skill up to the edge of our out hitbox. Skill 2 is especially good to group enemies in a line so that 𝗟𝗔𝗨𝗡𝗖𝗛 can hit all of them together. So don't forget to cast those skills if they're available when you're in out mode. Our next item is Malefic Gun, which gives us physical penetration to help counter physical defenses. 𝗟𝗔𝗨𝗡𝗔𝗟 and 𝗟𝗛𝗡 have invested in physical defense items and are relatively bulky, so this helps us deal significantly more damage to them. If you're wondering why I'm not going for Malefic Raw, it's because Malefic Gun also gives more attack speed and increases our basic attack range to give us more breathing room. But if the enemies were building a lot higher physical defense, such as having both Dominance Ice and Blade Armor, I'd definitely consider Malefic Raw over Malefic Gun.
Let's show them we mean business. Gather at the Lord. Agitators, gather at the Lord. The name is Ixia. Remember. Launch attack. The more motivated, the bigger the team is not ready. Launch attack. Good to be back. Initiate retreat. Starting over.
I honestly thought that our team was going to be moving forward together there, which is why I was confident to move into a relatively dangerous position. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case and I got punished for it. This is one of the reasons why playing an immobile marksman like Ixia is really difficult in solo, as you can't really guarantee your team has the same ideas and there's limited communication. I think most of these fights actually highlight my main issues with Ixia in solo queue. She's still highly susceptible to dives, and can't do much if the team doesn't actively protect her from the divers. She can definitely do good damage, but well, we have to be alive to do it. Finally, we'll be swapping out our tier 1 boots for Wind of Nature once we have enough gold. This is so we have the active ability Winchan that gives us 2 seconds of immunity to physical damage that can help us survive from dives by Lapu, Badang and Suyo. This also helps if 1-1 manages to transfer her out to us. Although we'll lose some move speed from the swap, we should be fine as long as we stick near the team and keep good positioning.